My name is Austin Hendershot. I play for Penn Manor Junior Varsity. I command my team and I tell them what to do and tell them how to play the game and what they're doing wrong and how they can fix on their mistakes. I feel the Penn Manor Esports team is something new that I never expected them to do. It's kind of interesting. I'm excited to find new players that are interested in video games as much as I am in the school. For the first year of esports, I'm probably going to be excited for talking to these people, my teammates outside of school, because inside school we're all about math and education, while outside of school we have everything in common, pretty much.
I am Elijah. I'm from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I've been playing video games about 8 years. There's always that sense in I want to win, but also that teamwork ethic, that teamwork style, and then working together as a team. My role in the team is social media. I'm in charge of all the social media and what gets posted on our social media pages. I joined the team because I just want something extra to do, and I think it'd be fun helping out the team. And I've always been interested in the esports side of sports.
Okay, so we are back. It is 3:30. The game's going to start very soon. We're just waiting for the sixth man on the opposing team here. Just want to talk a little bit about what we can expect to see today. So as you can see in the top left corner, the first map of today's match is Hanamura. This is a classic Overwatch map, what we would call an assault map. And what that means is that our two teams are going to be playing an attack and defense style of game. When they start out on their attack, they are trying to control a single point that the defending team is going to try and keep them from taking control of. Now for that first point, it's a lot closer to the attacking side's side of the map than the defending sides, which means, in other words, it's a lot easier to attack that first point. Everything's going to flip around, though, if or when the attacking team manages to capture that first point. Suddenly they have to take point number 2, and unfortunately, the defense is much closer, so it's a lot harder to take that point. Assault maps are sort of renowned for being a bit of a slog, although they can go surprisingly quick when momentum is established by the attacking team. It really all depends on how well the defense is able to get their act together. So as we take a look at PM Esports Blue today, we have Party Huntress team captain Austin leading the way. Nalavanko, recently established as the shot caller for the team. He's going to be doing a lot of the sort of in-game tactics and strategies that the team's going to try and execute, both to execute on their plan and to react to what the other team is doing. Quirky Orc, you may remember him. That's Kanye. He had some amazing kills on Reaper last week. He really just wiped out the enemy team several times. It was pretty wonderful to watch. Hypercharge is here. As always, probably going to be spending some time on Sigma again. Still a very strong character. That's the crazy Dutch scientist. So we're going to be getting started real quick here. We do have an alt in today. Unfortunately, Small Titan, a.k.a. Alyssa, couldn't make it today. So we have Aiden, a.k.a. Magic Pants in. On top of that, we're going to see a few role switches here. There are 3 roles in this game. The damage characters, whose job is to deal damage. The characters whose job it is to defend the team and control space. That's the tanks. They're really good at taking a hit. And the support characters, the ones whose job it is to heal and help out allied team members. You know, we usually see certain players filling certain roles, but we may see a few changes here today as PM Esports Blue works to adapt to the alternate situation and just to work hard at continuing to develop themselves as a team. I believe we're going to be getting into the game momentarily here. Currently, PM Esports Blue is 2-0. They've won both of their last matches. Their first win, very commanding. Their second win, a little more hard fought. Despite some technical difficulties, the opposing team really was quite strong. Managed to give PM Esports Blue a run for their money. We are now going to be entering into the game. So here we come to Hanamura. As you can see, it's a beautiful Japanese set. You know, Overwatch, well known for its design, for its graphics. Truly a beautiful map here. Here we're looking at a little bit of the second point. If we back up, turn around here, we're going to be looking over towards the first point and the area that the attacking team is going to be coming from. As you can see, a lot of detail. This area, this part of the map, not even really part of the game. It's just extra design. Again, a very beautiful representation of a kind of traditional Japanese castle. Here we enter into the courtyard in front of the first point, right there. As you can see that bell at the center of the first point. That's where the defending team is going to have to keep the attacking team from controlling that space. As you can see, it's a big square. The attacking team just needs to be in there uncontested for a period of time, and they take control. About 25 seconds now, the attacking team here is going to be ready to go. This is the Cavalry. Now, we can see here, they're playing Reinhardt. That's El Toto, a big armored tank with a big shield that lets his team move forward and take space. Yant's attack is on Reaper, there to deal damage, and we see Moira, the support. Let's take a look at our other team here, the PM Esports Blue. So here we see Party Huntress, Austin, on Orisa. This is a tank with, as you can see, a big blue shield that's meant to defend Nalavenko, the turret that is trying to gun down the attacking team as they enter. Now the Cavalry has managed to get onto point. They've taken down Curly Fries. We've lost Hypercharge, Magic Pants, Party Huntress. A very quick move onto point A. Now that was enabled primarily by Doppelganger on the Cavalry, who used their teleportation ability to move their team quickly from the entrance to point A before Nalavenko could manage to control things. Here we're using the teleporter again, moving quickly to point A, and here we can see that the PM Esports Blue has set up a defense point up above. They're dropping down, they have to contest the point. Party Huntress down, Magic Pants down, Curly Fries down. Nalavenko trying to do what he can. Alright, they're uncontested on the point. We can see they're slowly taking the point, and point be taken. Round one is complete. And we can see that the Cavalry is going to have close to 6 minutes on their clock. What that means is if PM Esports Blue manages to take both points as well, then we're going to see 5 minutes on the clock for the Cavalry to come back and try and do the same thing again. Really, the game is played in time. Both teams are competing to take points, and then to have the most time on the clock to try again. The more time you have, the better off you are. Now, that was a pretty quick defeat there for PM Esports Blue. Doesn't mean all is lost, but they're going to have to adapt to this quick teleportation strategy that the Cavalry is using. And one thing that team has been working on, PM Esports Blue has been working on staying together and working as a team. But in times of stress like this, when your back is up against the wall, this is the time when you really find out if all that practice is working. As we can see, they have the same plan. They've decided to go with a Symmetra plan, teleporting probably straight to point A, and bypassing any defenses that the enemy team has set up. Now, Is that going to work? We're going to have to wait and find out. We can see that the Cavalry's changed up their characters. As a defending team, they don't need to move quickly. They need to hold their space, hold the line, and keep the opposing team, PM Esports Blue, from moving past them. Alright. A little bit of cheekiness from their Junkrat with a little trap, but no big deal. We can see the Reinhardt has moved close. He's moved in to create space, swinging his giant hammer, but unfortunately did not get the support he needed in the back line. As Reaper and Sigma take down the supports and damage of PM Esports Blue. Here we see Kanye dueling against the enemy Reaper, but unfortunately the enemy Reaper had some backup from their Moira, not able to bring it together. Malavenko on Symmetra trying to set up a effective teleporter. Oof, tricky. So the Junkrat tried to get Penn Manor with his wheel from behind, but they teleported out before it was too late. Here we see Curly Fries trying to use Moira's ultimate to deal damage, remove some of the opposing team from the board, but unfortunately, it didn't work out. Okay, so here we can see that Penn Manor's trying to get their act back together. They're waiting for everyone to respawn. They're working as a team, moving as a team. You know, it's all too easy sometimes to kind of trickle in one at a time. And of course, 1v6, you really don't stand a chance. Here, we see Penn Manor thinking, trying to think, what's the best decision to solve this problem that we've been faced with? They took out the Mercy. Critical support character on the Cavalry. Unfortunately, we see that Penn Manor has been pushed off again when they have a few people left on there, but not quite enough. And Lucia will be the last to go before the team respawns. Once again, Cavalry is setting up in the main entrance to point A. We see Junkrat up top, firing off his grenades. Now he can bounce those off walls, ricochet them so that he can deal damage to characters he can't even see. We can see also the Cavalry is using 2 shields, both from both of their tanks, in order to give themselves additional protection from the fire coming off of Penn Manor Blue. Penn Manor has switched things up. They've gone over to a giant gorilla named Winston in order to try and jump over the opposing team. Oof. A reminder of last week's Reaper plays by Quirky Orc. The opposing team's Quirky Orc, Yance Attack, has used their ultimate to take out almost the entirety of Penn Manor Blue. Here we see the Cavalry Junkrat sneaking up behind with his ultimate. This wheel, if it gets to the opposing team, can deal a tremendous amount of damage. Alright. So they're 1-1 right now. Whew, rough. We see Lucio trying to make it away, trying to survive. Sigma's hunting him down. Someone is on point though. Reaper was trying. Reaper was trying. There are only 10 seconds left. Can Penn Manor Blue get onto point A and hold it? Unfortunately, no. So, these league matches are played best 2 out of 3. What that means is this first map is played and then another map is played. At which point, if it's 1-1, a third map will be played. So right now, the Cavalry is up 1-0 against Penn Manor Blue. But Penn Manor Blue is going to have an opportunity to pick the next map that they will play on and try to make a comeback here. All right, we're going to dive right in then. So again, Lijiang Tower is the map. Now this is a control map, and what that means is it's essentially king of the hill. You're going to have a single point on the map that both teams are going to try and have complete control of. As they gain time where they have complete control of the point, the percent that you see at the top of the screen is going to increase. When a team gets to 100%, they win that round. A control map is played in 3 rounds, meaning 3 different maps all on Lijiang. This is a China-inspired map, as you can maybe tell. There's a little bit of Chinese script written here and there. So what we're going to be getting into here is Penn Manor is going to try and take control of this point and bring this game to be 1-1. Their first chance comes here on the control center portion of the control map, Lijiang Tower. If we're looking at the lineup that they've selected, Magic Pants is on Reinhardt, the big shield man with the hammer. Curly Fries will be on his mainstay of Moira, a character with a strong amount of healing as well as a fair amount of damage. Hypercharge is playing Zarya, the Russian bodybuilder with the ability to protect her team with big pink bubbles around them. Quirky Orc is back on his old reliable of Reaper, dual shotgun wielding damage character. Nalavenko is on Mei, the Chinese ice queen with the ability to freeze opponents in place and create large walls as barriers. And finally, Party Huntress is on Lucio, the support who boosts his team's speed as well as their health recovery. Oof. The enemy team's archer Hanzo managed to take out Kanye with a lucky arrow. Cavalry's holding strong in front of the point here. The objective can now be captured, but by the time it opened, the cavalry had managed to dismantle, just dismantle, Penn Manor Esports Blue's attack. And so now we see the cavalry moving up to meet where Penn Manor Blue will be coming through to try and keep them from getting to the point. Oof. So we can see that over on the far side, Penn Manor have decided not to play that game. They shifted over to another way of entry, but Cavalry responded. Here, Quirky Orc is moving in behind, trying to flank the enemy team, come in behind them and get some damage. Whoop! He's wraithing away to try and survive. Oof. A little too hungry for those eliminations. So here we see that Penn Manor Blue had a good idea. Their plan was, we're going to go around the enemy team rather than run right into them. Kanye, Quirky Orc, clearly growing frustrated, pushing his damage right into the enemy team. Reinhardt moving up with his shield to give his team cover. The enemy Tracer moving in behind, flanking to get some damage in and pull their tank behind. Oof, Magic Pants tried to charge with Reinhardt, but unfortunately was taken down. We can hear Quirky move behind as well. Again, his classic flank, trying to make something happen. But unfortunately, the enemy team responded. Nalavenko throws down his ultimate as Mei, trying to freeze the cavalry in place. Will it work? Some quick healing from enemy Moira, from Cavalry's Moira manages to work. Here comes Zarya's ultimate. It's bringing everyone together. And the dragon from Cavalry's Hanzo puts the damage through. I tell you what, this Hanzo's just having the great game. Okay, so that is map 1 of Lijiang Tower. And what that means is, it's still anyone's game. Penn Manor Blue, if they manage to win this map, will be able to play again to try and win this entire map. That would then allow them to play a third round for the entire match. Is that what's going to happen? We'll have to wait and see. Now this portion of Lijiang Tower, it has a lot of pitfalls. Literally, there's a lot of pits that you can push people into. It takes them out of the game for a little bit. We can see Party Huntress on Lucio. Lucio has the ability to boop or push people a big distance. Used very carefully here, it can be game-changing. We see Nelevenko on Tracer, the British experimental pilot with the ability to teleport. We see that the battle looks like it's in part going to be fought here, but the team has split. 3 coming through the back, 3 coming through the front, taking the point, splitting the attention of the cavalry, but will it pay off? Ooh, there goes the Reinhardt, there goes the Hanzo. Nelevenko's trying to make something happen, but they are in retreat. Oh, nowhere to go there. Push back to their spawn. Penn Manor tries to make something happen. Reinhardt throws his punch out. But the point hasn't even been captured yet. Cavalry has retreated to the point to try and take it. After all, you can't win the game if you don't get the percentage points. Here again, Kanye, Quirky Orc, tries to make something happen. Can't quite manage it. That barrier on Reinhardt's just too big. Can't quite push the damage through. Party Huntress jumping onto the point, trying to distract the enemy team, but he is taken out for his bravado. Oof. A pick by Hypercharge with some help from Quirky Orc. Means that the enemy team is now going 5-6. Up. Oof. What an incredibly close call for this Zarya, but thanks to some quick healing from their Moira, she stays in the game at a high energy. You see, with Zarya, as more damage is dealt to the people that she protects with her big pink bubbles, her damage actually increases, which means that by helping her allies, she grows more dangerous. When she starts glowing like that, you really need to stay out of her way. Now we can see the cavalry have changed up the dynamic again. Yant's attack is on a character named Farah, who actually has the ability to fly and shoot rockets through the air. Pretty dangerous combination. The Penn Manor may struggle to deal with as they lack a character who's able to fire great distances. Tracer moves in behind. She's used her recall. Oof. The Zarya ultimate again, holding everyone in place, combined with a series of ults, takes down Penn Manor. And that push has also collapsed. Nelevenko backs up. Quirky Orc moves to try and make something happen. Party Huntress to the point, but not in time. That is Lijiang Tower. That is the second game. That is the end of the match. 2-0 Cavalry. Cavalry definitely showing their teamwork, their mastery over the characters they're playing, their ability to respond quickly and smartly to enemy teams. Penn Manor doing what they can, the DPS trying to make something happen, but just seemingly unable to gain any traction. Thanks for tuning in. This was another match from Penn Manor Esports. We will be back in all likelihood next Wednesday, barring any inconveniences, for Week 4 of the NASEF Overwatch League and Overwatch's continuing journey with Penn Manor. Thank you so much, and yeah, we'll see you next week.